Right, so I'm presenting today on getting started with Mailchimp's all-in-one marketing platform. So before we jump in on that, although Tansy and I have already introduced ourselves, I have got a slide on Teapot. So as Tansy said earlier, yeah, we are a design and web agency based in the Southwest in Somerset. And just down the road from Langport in Hambridge. We're on a beautiful farm with some stunning views. So when we're allowed to meet people again in whatever numbers, then, you know, if you ever need help with digital marketing or graphic design, branding, web design, all of that stuff, then yeah, please pop over or get the kettle on for you and we'll have a cup of tea and sit down and have a chat. We love working with, you know, with our clients and everything we do. So yeah, that's Teapot. And more importantly, we're also a Mailchimp partner. That's a screenshot there of our landing page on the expert directory on the Mailchimp website. There's a link in the bottom left there. So we've been a Mailchimp partner for a couple of years now, since they relaunched their partner program. I was very fortunate actually to be invited over to their HQ in Atlanta a couple of years ago when they first launched this program, and get to meet the team, see the office, meet the one of the CEOs, and get shown around parts of Atlanta. It was just an amazing experience. And I mean, the Mailchimp company and the team, and just how like everyone, like locals that we met as well, just talked about them. They're like this sort of beacon in the center of Atlanta. It's incredible. But yeah, so being a partner, it means that we get direct support from, and we obviously get to see some of the new tools and products in advance before they become beta, and then to the wider public. So it's yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity, and they've been fantastic. So that's great that we managed to be partnered with them. So when we think of, before I move on to the next slide, when we think of Mailchimp, we always tend to think of like email, don't we? It's like email and email marketing. So I just wanted to touch on this briefly before we look at the bigger picture of Mailchimp. So I don't know how many of you use or do email marketing. I just thought I'd touch on this, but it's a digital marketing strategy, sending emails, developing relationships, ultimately to turn prospects into customers and either non-buyers or one-time buyers into loyal, raving fans. So, and the thing is with email, well, the rise of social media specifically and email, I don't think we should forget that I think email is still a very strong marketing channel to use. I still think it's very important these days in your sort of bigger marketing, bigger digital marketing picture. So I've got a couple of pointers here on on the importance of email marketing. So the first one, it's the #1 communication channel, purely because I think almost 99% of consumers check their email on a daily basis. Maybe it's less than that, but I think as a whole, everyone is checking their emails every day. Another important one, and again, this is specific, I think, you know, in relation to, you know, the rise of social media and everyone using a lot of Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook these days. But when you when you have a platform on there, like a fan page or a group or something, you know, at any point that could be suspended or deleted or removed for you for whatever reason. Whereas with, you know, with Mailchimp, with email marketing, sorry, like you own your list. So over time, you've built up that list through your CRM or through your leads and contacts, and, you know, whichever service you use. But in this case, we're talking about Mailchimp. You know, that's your list. No one can take that away from you, unless, of course, another thing like GDPR comes along. Third point, email just converts a lot better. People who buy products through email, this is one stat that I found online, but it's roughly around 138% more than those who don't receive email offers. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, if you keep marketing to people and sending the right message and it resonates with them, eventually it might lead to a purchase. I also saw one stat online, which I guess it's going to, for some people, it will be different, but some reports have reported that email marketing has had a return on investment of sometimes up to 4,000%, which is crazy ROI. That's huge. So if, and I think that's a lot more than social media. And actually, I had a little check in when I looked through some of our clients' analytics and looking at some of our their e-commerce numbers. You look at the marketing channels and you look at referral social media channels versus email. Email is always bringing, if second, if not third, sort of highest returns in terms of revenue. So I think that says it all, really. And then lastly, and this is really important, is automation. With automation, you can send a sequence of emails to a segment of people on your list when a specific event is triggered. So that can be from when they join your list, or if there's a certain behavior on your website, cart abandonment, they download something, or they buy a product, of course. So then that brings us to why Mailchimp. Here we go. So we've just touched on email marketing, which is really just sending emails and maintaining a relationship and selling. But Mailchimp has now evolved into something just more than that. It's one of the most popular email marketing services, but now it's grown and become an all-in-one marketing platform to help small businesses market smarter and grow faster. You can create, publish, manage, and measure multi-channel campaigns with an audience-centric marketing CRM. So more on those channels in a bit. And they're also now using artificial intelligence-powered, user-friendly tools that anyone can use to be successful. And I think another good point to mention is that it's free. Up to your first 2,000 contacts, Mailchimp is completely free to use. Obviously, you don't have access to all of the tools that are currently available, but the ones that you do get with a free account really do help you get started and begin smarter marketing. And I think another important reason leading on to this is just having a look at this new marketing CRM that Mailchimp have introduced. So one of the most important points of that is the central location for audience data. You've got a single source there of truth that lets you organize customer insights, and as you collect them and identify patterns that reveal things like where most of your audience lives and what messages they interact with most. It's a seamless connection with your other marketing channels. So you can manage your audience data in a separate, if you manage your audience data in a separate tool it makes it more difficult to see all of those insights in one place, which you can turn into personalized communication and increase the risk of information getting lost in the shuffle. More on that later. You can test, learn in all of your campaigns, easily see how your campaigns are performing, gain insights about your audience and how they're interacting with your marketing, and use this information to adjust your campaigns. And then, like I mentioned, all these tools that you can use. So once you've started collecting that audience data and learning more about who you're talking to, you'll want to be able to use that information to find and talk to people you should be talking to, so potential new customers. And then if that wasn't enough to convince you, there are some other bonuses here as well. So they've got different pricing solutions depending on how more of the tools that you want to use or how large your account becomes. There's support, they've got GDPR compliance with the way you collect that information or how you process it, the security, and obviously you can connect Mailchimp with over 300 integrations, being CRMs, e-commerce stores, websites, and then obviously other tools that meet those two in between if they're not directly supported as well. So I want to begin with building your audience, and this is like the first stage of this all-in-one marketing platform, and it really begins with collecting that data. So making the most out of Mailchimp's platform is to have, it's really critical to have your audience in one place, and Mailchimp's marketing platform puts your audience at the heart of all your marketing efforts, which is essentially their philosophy, really. Collecting and organizing, your audience information gives you a holistic view of everything you need to know about your customers' preferences. So which products they love, what they're looking for, the messages that tell them what they need to know, and where you're still missing the mark. The sooner you can begin capturing, organizing, and making sense of that data, the sooner you can start using it to build more and better customer relationships. So Mailchimp has various tools to help you collect and organize that information. Obviously, we've just talked about the marketing CRM, but they also have sign-up forms, pop-up forms, and landing pages, which we'll touch on in a moment. But here's just an example of some of the tools that you can get started with. And we're going to have a look at a few of these. Obviously, I can't go through all of them today, but we're going to touch on, in each of those stages, I'll just touch on some of the key ones. When you create an account, you have a sign-up form, and you can style that with your brand, put your logo on there, your colors, and you decide the information from the get-go. You have fields that you can insert, and you decide the information that you want to collect. Like, obviously you're collecting email addresses, but what else? Like names, birthdays. So maybe you can reach out to them on their birthday, where they signed up from, all of this stuff. So you can embed that obviously on your site and have it styled. They also offer a pop-up form, which is great. You can share that form anywhere. So you get given a link, you can share that on social media, within an email, anywhere you wish. And there's also the mobile app, which is getting better and better, actually. I really like the mobile app, which gives you a lot of the functionality that the app online does. So pop-up forms, they just touching on this, while a little stat here from Mailchimp, they've seen their list growth increase by 50% when adding a pop-up form to their site. So, but I know some people don't like pop-ups, and obviously the web is getting more and more cluttered with GDPR cookie-related buttons and pop-ups and sign-ups and stuff. So, but they've got all these figures, and this was one that they shared with me. So it does work having pop-up forms, and with the accounts that we manage, we've seen numbers increased by the pop-up form, so they work. Also, newish tools has been around for a while now, but landing pages, which is absolutely fantastic. So you can create a single landing page for a purpose, either encourage to take an action such as signing up, or if you're doing a promo or to buy products. The great thing about building a landing page within Mailchimp is that that action that you're trying, that conversion that you're trying to make the users take. If you create a landing page, it's really going to be that page and nothing else. If you create that and send them to your website, there's always other things on the website that can distract them and end up sort of taking them away from what the purpose was of that landing page. So I really love landing pages. They're so simple to use. And I've also got another stat here as well. Users have seen their list growth rate increase by an average of 36% when using landing pages. And I think that's for that very reason that I just spoke of. Like, if you give them just one area to go and they sign up, that's great. Or if they sign up for the promo or the product, then there we go. And then you can incentivize people to use landing pages through numerous reasons. There's a couple there, like announcing a pre-sale to collect email addresses, which you can then market to later. You can post them on social media. use them to hold a contest or offer a free download, or white paper or a recipe or any kind of PDF. So, and all of those email addresses that you collect via that landing page, you know, you have got consent to market to later. They've got, and the templates as well. Mailchimp have got excellent at helping people create these pre-designed templates. So if you know nothing about drop and drag interfaces, let alone HTML, you've got pre-designed templates. But of course, you know, you can also make your own. This is an example of the drag and drop template. It looks complicated, but honestly, it's so simple to use. Also, with those landing pages, you've got all your tracking in there as well. So you don't need to ask a developer to put your Facebook pixel code in or Google Analytics. You can just open the option, the settings there, and tick the boxes and everything's done. It's fantastic. Like I've said, you can share these on social media. And of course, you can do that straight within Mailchimp itself. You don't need to design it, grab the link, then open up Facebook, find your page, think of the time you're going to post it. You can set all of this up inside of Mailchimp. And then lastly, another way is connecting your site. Again, Mailchimp, I'm pretty sure now, has developed free plugins or modules for most e-commerce stores, so you can connect your account with your store. No need to have to go through and do complicated coding and stuff. You can just download the plugin and it's all injected easily. So that's great. And there's like hundreds of different e-commerce platforms that they work with directly, or if they don't, then you've got other integrations, that third-party integrations that can connect your store. But it just makes everything so seamless and easy. So that's really the collect stage. And I now wanted to move on to the organize and, you know, and targeting the right contacts on Mailchimp. You know, when businesses speak to customers like individuals, everybody wins. Customers who feel more invested in what they have, you know, customers will feel more invested in what you have to say. So Mailchimp's tools are designed to help you organize your audience so you can speak to them about what matters, and not so you're just sending that same generic message to everybody, because everybody has signed up for different reasons. And Mailchimp has got some great tools that you can use to help organize your contacts within the marketing CRM. So those are tags, you can use groups, there are pre-built and custom segments that you can use. So you've got almost infinite ways of being able to organize your contacts. So I just wanted to have a look at some of the ones in here. I think it's just going to be, looking at tags. So tags in Mailchimp allow you to structure your account how you see fit. So it's more of an internal way of organization. I mentioned groups earlier, and groups are a way of setting up and getting your contacts to organize themselves in a way. Now, I won't be touching on too much on that today, but we're just going to have a look at tags. Again, within the tool itself, it's so simple to use. You have your contacts, you can just tick down the side and add the tag easily, and there they are, your VIPs. There are other ways of doing it, but as you can see, it's simple to do. And then within your tag, managing your tags, you can come in there and see how many people are now within that tag. You can rename it, delete it if you need, or directly send them a campaign. And then segments. So Mailchimp have got tons of pre-built segments that you can, break up your audience into so many different ways. The list is literally endless. And then you can also use tags and groups and your own custom segments to like make that even, granularize that even further. So yeah, there's so much you can do with segments. So that's all very well, but then we also now need to look at personalization, which is also another important part of email marketing, but digital marketing as a whole. And that brings us to the personalized stage. Personalizing your content can help prevent unsubscribers and message fatigue. So you'll be sending people more of what they want and less of what they don't want. The more you personalize your messages, the more data you get back on how people respond. So that data helps Mailchimp's marketing platform give you smarter recommendations about how to personalize the next time you have something to say. So once your contacts are organized by using the tags or the groups or the segments in a single audience, you can begin to personalize your messages. And that begins with that audience dashboard. And you've got a number of dashboards here, and these tools will help you understand your contacts data and act on it all in one place. It's the central location for the information, like how much an audience is engaged with your last campaign or campaigns, which tags there, you've got them tagged with, like the VIPs, as we saw earlier, so you can easily plan for personalization. And smarter marketing starts with knowing your people. So when you start every campaign with your contacts' interests in mind, it's easier to create marketing that matters to your people. All the information on the audience dashboard is clickable, and we'll just run through this in a moment. So you can instantly launch campaigns for specific sets of contacts and put insight into action. So this is one example here. The recent growth tool can help you send personalized welcome messages and offers. It gives you an overview of the last 30 days. And then on the other side there, we have tags. So it gives you an overview of all the tags that you have in place, and can help you personalize based on common traits. Another audience dashboard, the e-commerce side. So you've got customer lifetime value and the likelihood to purchase again. Now, I mentioned earlier that they're using artificial intelligence, so they've got their own algorithms now that are unique to your account, to your store. And the customer lifetime value is a general estimate of how much a contact will spend in your store in the future. And then the purchase likelihood is determined by comparing individual customer purchase history to normal trends for your store and estimating whether the likelihood to purchase is low, moderate, or high. So those two tools right there can help you personalize incentives for both high and low value customers. And those little paper plane symbols that you can see here. So Mailchimp has done all the hard work using their algorithm, and straight from this dashboard here, you can just tap that the paper plane and start creating campaigns based on the users that fall into those categories from this dashboard. Lastly, we've got email marketing engagement and top locations. Marketing engagement can help you personalize based on previous behavior, like high or versus low click-through rates. So those that are engaging with your marketing efforts often, or maybe sometimes, or maybe rarely. So that can help you determine where you can focus your next campaigns. Top locations, useful for personalizing if you want to send geo-specific messages. So that's always very handy. And then there's another little example here. So of what I was saying earlier, you can just click the paper plane and go straight in to create an ad or an email, or if you want to use their new postcard feature, you can just do it right from the dashboard there. So we're just going to look now at the contact profiles. How am I for time, by the way? Am I okay? Okay. So yeah, using customer profiles. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, was it five minutes? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, good. So customer profiles give you an in-depth view of each person in your audience. So if the audience dashboard is your high-level view, then contact profiles are your more detailed view. So depending on the type of information that you've collected here from the collection or the organization stage, and the groups that they've put themselves into or you've put them into, and the connection with your e-commerce store, you can look at an individual profile and that you can learn so much about one person within this profile. The tags they're in, their click rate and open rates from your campaigns, how much they've bought from your store, and their average order value. The stars there are Mailchimp's own rating system based on all of those metrics that tell you a sort of out of 5 stars, like how valuable that contact is. Yeah, so obviously this is a screenshot, but when you scroll down, there's more information there. So though, I just want to, just because we've got for time, I just want to move on to the marketing stage. Now, obviously Mailchimp, I've spoken about on some of these, but Mailchimp obviously offer email and landing pages. You can do digital ads to Facebook and Instagram straight within Mailchimp. You can do postcards as well. But what I wanted to focus on today is automations, which are just absolutely insane. I mean, these automations are fantastic. Just one thing on marketing, with the market section, Mailchimp, although they were specifically to do with email marketing, and now they've created this all-in-one marketing platform, they really encourage you to have a multi-channel approach. So there was actually, I found a stat on Forbes saying how like campaigns that use 4 or more channels outperform any dual channel campaigns by something like 300%. So spreading your efforts over multiple channels, so combining email and digital ads or landing pages with postcards, you can reach a much wider audience, reinforce your message, and guide engaged audience members more effectively to take action on. So automations. So even something simple as the welcome email, you can have, it's so easy to set up. When somebody subscribes, you can create a welcome email within Mailchimp. You just have to set the design, the timing of when it goes out, the audience that you're sending it to, and that will just start firing automatically. So every single time somebody signs up, they receive that lovely welcome email. Likewise with e-commerce stores, you can set up abandoned carts, and it's so simple. You just connect your store with their module or plugin, decide when you want that to send, within an hour, 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, and then you just add your design, turn it on, and then it's working right there. The moment you turn it on, within a minute, within seconds of turning it on, whoever is shopping within your store and adds something to their cart and then disappears, your abandoned cart email is sent out. Another stat there. So, I mean, they definitely work. And again, the accounts that we manage for our clients, and when you look at the abandoned cart campaign, it's always returning more orders. So definitely worth doing. And then just to sort of end on automations, this is brand new. This is still in beta actually, but this is their new automated customer journey map. I'm not going to focus on this too much because this is an entire talk in itself, but they have this new way of laying out like a map, mapping out your conversation starters, and then being able to deliver like flexible experiences, sending personalized emails, and then tagging them along the way. This tool is absolutely incredible, and you can set it up in so many different ways. So this is just an example here. So if they buy a product, they join this yes path, they receive that email and get tagged with this email. And obviously you can look at all of those different touch points and look at the metrics. So yeah, I mean, this is perhaps another time I can do a talk on this, but this is going to be absolutely incredible for Mailchimp users. And then lastly, this brings us to the last stage, which is optimize. And this is really to do with the reports. I know I'm pressing on my time now. So obviously, once you've collected that information and organized it and personalized and marketed it, then you obviously want to look at Mailchimp's reports so you can work out and understand how your campaigns performed, learn more about who's interacting with your brand, and get valuable insights that help you market your marketing efforts to go further. The reports page brings all your insights together in one place. You can view both completed and ongoing campaigns, break out performance across channels, and share reports securely with your team as well. So the more you learn about your audience's behavior and come up with strategies, the more you can capitalize on it. So this is a screenshot from the overview of an email campaign. You've also got reports here from your landing pages. You could tap into that and see how well they've performed. And then your social posts as well. So you don't need to be on Facebook or Instagram to look at that. You've got these lovely, beautifully presented reports right within Mailchimp. So just to recap, and we'll finish there. Mailchimp's all-in-one marketing platform is, you start with the collection, using their tools such as your sign-up forms, landing pages, and then using the marketing CRM, you can organize that data, using the tags and the groups and the segments that I mentioned earlier. So you're not sending these generic messages to everybody. You can segment everybody up into different groups and stuff. And then you can use the audience dashboards to personalize, and then go ahead and start marketing using emails, postcards, landing pages, social posts, everything we spoke about before. And then obviously using those reports to optimize and then keep that cycle going. So obviously that leads to smarter marketing to help your business bloom. And that is obviously the entire sort of ecosystem there of Mailchimp's all-in-one marketing platform. And so that brings me to the end. So thank you very much.